So when I know for sure we're going to be doing some work specifically on clearing and cleaning of trauma, I would ask someone to make sure they're well hydrated. That becomes the first part, one of the first steps, of course. The next step would be to do this particular exercise that I'm going to get into. And it's called collarbone breathing. It's used for neurological disorganisation. Now, what does that mean? Well, I first got into this with Dr. Roger Callahan. Dr. Roger Callahan was the designer, the author of, if you like, the originator of what was called originally the Callahan technique. It became thought-field therapy. And it was a sequence of tapping exercises that then moved on to new levels as well. It was used for clearing fears and phobias and a number of other things, and he came up with a number of algorithms. And then a gentleman by the name of Gary Craig, who was a Stanford engineer, moved even further ahead with that, with emotional freedom technique, which is practiced now by hundreds of thousands of people around the world successfully. It's something I certainly use in our situations here quite often. It's very teachable and easy for people to use on themselves or with others if they choose to. Now, Gary Craig talked about what he considered the palace of possibilities, and it totally complements all the things that need to be done, whether it be the order of them or why we need to be able to do these things, to be able to in fact not only own the information, own the energy packets, but safely move them on. It aligns the body, the mind and the spirit so that our energies are not locked in. Sometimes we can have a trigger, something that sets us up, and unfortunately we sort of lock in the energy. It's not moving freely, or the brain is clasping onto it somehow because it's afraid to allow us to own these experiences, to own the four feelings. Remember, it has been geared up and it ritually now automatically moves usually towards mood alteration. So that has to be the first thing we bear in mind. So what are we referring to with neurological disorganisation? In children, it can often be seen in the sense of their gait is not proper. They may put their right arm out as their right leg is going out, for instance, instead of the opposite, which would be the norm. But it can also mean you say east when you mean west. We get tongue-tied in terms of knowing one thing but doing another. And if you think about addictions particularly, that's the art of self-sabotage. Anyone who comes through our door can usually recognize that's been going on in their lives. So we've got that. So it's the opposite. It's a state of reversal, self-sabotage, knowing one thing but doing another. So if a therapist or practitioner can, and I would urge them to, if you are a therapist or practitioner of any sort that works with people where you're going to be willing to do this, please do this for yourself. I always do this with my clients. Not only am I asking them to do it, but I literally go through it myself, because we don't know when we may be in a state of reversal ourselves. We may have had something happen overnight. We may have eaten something that doesn't agree with us. We may have had some stressful incident going on that puts us in a state of reversal as well. So when I'm demonstrating this to clients, I'm actually doing this for myself, because it will either correct if there's any imbalance, or enhance or maintain your own positive energy and the present status. So it provides a sense of well-being, coordination and clarity of thinking. And so I'll now demonstrate what I mean by collarbone breathing. So please bear with me on this. It's straightforward, and there will be a document following this that you'll be able to print off, of course, to remind yourself. Once you know how to do it, it's very easy. There's just 4 basic steps. So here we go. So what I ask clients to do, and I would urge you to do this with me right now if you wouldn't mind, so that you can benefit from this but also feel how easy it is to do. So take 2 fingers from one hand, go across to the other side of your body. Here's my collarbone. Place 2 fingers under the collarbone. Take 2 fingers from your other hand, place them between the little finger and the next finger. This is called the gamut spot, or the triple heater or triple warmer if you do acupuncture or acupressure. and then tap there. And while you're tapping, take a nice deep breath and hold the breath. Just hold it for a few seconds and then let go of half of the breath. Then let go of the other half. And then breathe in only half a breath. Spend a few seconds and then relax, breathe normally. Stop the tapping. Then you take your other hand, 2 fingers, take that across to the other side under the collarbone. Same place to tap, between the little finger and the next finger. Take a nice deep breath and hold it. Let go of half of it. Let go of the other half. And breathe in half. And relax. So you've gone across one way, you've gone across the other. And the final 2 parts are homolaterally. In other words, you put your right hand on the right side under the collarbone. Same thing, same tapping and same breathing. Take a nice deep breath and hold it. Let go of half of it. Let go of the other half. Breathe in half. And then the final one, left hand on the left side, same place under the collarbone, tapping. Nice deep breath and hold it for a few seconds. Let go of half of it. Let go of the other half. Breathe in half. And then just relax for a few moments. Now, the other benefits from this is it can not only coordination but balance, strength, ability to make wise decisions under some mental and physical duress or stress. I do this first thing every morning, by the way, so that I'm not in a state of reversal. Because if I'm in a state of reversal, how helpful am I going to be to clients? But when you do this on a regular basis, you find it impacts you as well. You tend to have more energy, and I will often test with athletes, by the way, to prove that it also gives them more upper body strength. So for swimmers, weightlifters, it's extraordinary. But this isn't the time for us to work on that. Some other tape and some other time I'll be able to demonstrate that. But I've done that with many athletes to show that to them.